Number 31, Matt Bobcat. Number 23, Anthony Chateaugay. Number 32, Tyler Sample. Number 35, Casey Barron. And number 34, Corey Davison. The Cougars are both players to Rob Barron. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, Chateaugay Central School. Number 10, Andy Cook. Number 14, Brad Dumont. Number 21, Jordan Rankin. Number 22, Zach Peck. And number 23, Drew Boyer. The Bulldogs are both number 2 boys. The officials for tonight's game are Mr. Perrin and Mr. Roberts. And now would you please rise and remove your headgear as we honor our section with the singing of our national anthem by Miss Hannah Braxton.
Calvin Castine at Northern Adirondack Central School. It's the first day of December 2007, the day after Evel Knievel died. And this is, that has nothing to do with the ball game, but this is the championship game of the Northern Adirondack tip-off tournament. And it's the Chateaugay Bulldogs in white and the Northeastern Clinton Central School Cougars in the visiting maroon uniforms. The Bulldogs defeating the Huskies last night, and the Cougars defeating the Bobcats. In a game just completed, the Huskies defeated the Bobcats for third place in the tourney. That was the shot clock buzzer that we heard in that turnover. Bulldogs will press. Davison will inbound. The ball to Guerin. Guerin into the forecourt. Slides it over to Sabatko, and it's Bulldog ball. Okay, 14, that's Dumont over to 23 Boyer. Boyer, the son of Coach Ron Boyer and godson of my cousin Donna Brennan Spellman and Bill Spellman. Rejected. Here come the Cats. Too strong. Sabatko will put it up too hard. Changelo with the basket. Anthony Changelo. First points on the scoreboard belong to the Cougars. Dumont. Now the ball comes low to Peck. Peck and Cook. Cook will inbound. Over to Boyer. Boyer too strong. This is for Botko with the ball. misses. Rebound comes to Peck. Dumont pushes it up to Boyer. Both these teams will challenge for the supremacy at their sectional level. The Bulldogs Class D school in Section 10. Cougars Class B in Section 7. The foul was on Sample. Davison off Boyer. Into Guerin. And brings it up. Davison trying to get something going. Running shot is good by Casey Guerin. 4-0 Northeastern. With Dumont with the ball for Chateaugay. They came here last night to tape the ball games and had a malfunction with the camera, so I don't know if I have anything usable from the games from last night on November 30th. We did point out last night that Rob Garand is back coaching the Cougars. Rankin scores, puts the Bulldogs on the scoreboard. A year ago, Rob was with Shazy. He'd taken an assistant principal job at Northeastern, and the school board felt that he shouldn't be coaching, at least not for them, so he went on to coach at Shazy. He took the Eagles all the way to the championship game in the Section 7 Class D playoffs. Rebound down, Cook looking to tie it. He does. 4-4, 3:23 on the clock. In his first year coaching at Northeastern, Guerin had been the CVAC Coach of the Year. Foul on the Cougars. Foul's on 34. That's Guerin, or is it Guerin? Or nope. Probably Davison. We have Trombley in for Davison. 34 might be Davison. Was his second foul. Anyway, Rob was Coach of the Year in his first year coaching in the CVAC. Went to Shazy, took them to the championship game where they lost a close one. And he's back here this year, although he's principal at Rouse's Point Elementary. The school board decided that he could coach at Northeastern. So he replaces Tim McDonough, who coached last year and took the Cougars to the sectional final against Saranac. So one successful coach to another. Guerin off the rim. Rebounded by Cook, and he lost it. Defense has ruled so far. We have 2:13 on the clock, and it's a 4-4 score. Genzo's shot is missed. Rebounded by Peck. Now Dumont into the forecourt. Over to Cook. Back to Dumont. Seems like there's been a Dumont plan for the Bulldogs for at least 10 years. White ball. Cook. Underneath. And put in by Peck. Zach Peck. for the steal. Brad Spinner, number 11, in for Chateaugay. Minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Chateaugay, the last 6 points, they trailed 4-0. They lead 6-4. Ball somehow got to Probatko, count the basket. And he has a chance to put his team back in the lead. (7-6) Cougars. The foul was on Rankin, his first, team first. Dumont. Put up and rebound pulled down by Sample. Down the floor for Guerin. Count the basket. Sample to Guerin. And it's 9-6 Cougars. Long three-pointer is missed. Into the hands of Sample. Lays it up too hard. Nice follow by Matt Probatko. 11-6 Northeastern, down to 30 seconds in the quarter. Boye, yes. Boye drains a three. And it's 9-11. Guerin off the rim. Trombley gives to Changelo. Changelo follows. I believe there's a foul on Helm. 4 seconds on the clock on the inbound. It's taking too much time. And we're going to get a shot here. Fouls, I believe, on Helm. No time on the clock. There's no rebounders because no time left on the clock. Rocco misses the first. And misses them both. So it remains 9-11. Leading 11-9, the Cougars with the ball. Davison back in with the two fouls. Changelo goes to Sample. Sample can't find an open man, so he goes up to three. Rankin with the rebound. Dumont brings it into the forecourt. Early season squeaks on the sneakers out there. A lot of new sneakers. Ball ends up in the hands of Changelo. He gives it to Sample. Stripped away by Dumont. Misses the layup. Cougars wisely did not foul. And Tyler Sample scores. And the assist from Changelo. 13-9 Cougars. Brad Spinner over to Dumont. Dumont to Cook. Picked off. Guerin. Whoa, Dumont. Dumont hard into Probatko. They gave the foul to Cook. That one they gave to Dumont. Davison into Guerin. Probatko quickly to Sample. 4-3. Cougar fans looking for a tackle on that one. bring it up. 13-9 Northeastern, 6:24 to go in the half. Championship game in the Bobcat tip-off tournament. Rankin at the line. This is the first. Fouls on Sample, his second. He occasionally has a tendency to pick up fouls. For Botko, ball's tipped and stolen. Three-pointer would tie it. Boyer throws it outside. Dumont. Rankin back to Boyer, over to Dumont. Now Cook. And we have a whistle. Referee Mike Roberts talking to Ron Boyer. And we got a technical. Guerin misses them both. Cougars not helping themselves at the charity stripe tonight. 5:52 showing in the second period. Northeastern up 13-10 in what is thus far a low-scoring ball game. Stolen. Who's that? That was Boyer with a steal. Travel? No, foul. Peck at the line. Fouls on for Bobco, his first. Sample with the rebound. No, it was Davison throwing it up. Guerin with the rebound. 15-10. Dumont has himself tied up by Davison. Trombley back in to replace his Sample.
Let him move. Everybody move.
Davison travel. A little too much dribble that time. 4:50. Rebound for Botko. Davison throws it deep. Trombley dishes it over quickly to Changelo. Back to Trombley. And the ball's picked off by Dumont. Cougars get it back and a foul on Helm. It's Helm's third foul. Davison shooting a 1-and-1.
Up, man. Come on, Tom.
Second one is missed. Kabakko's there. And a nice offensive board by Matt Kabakko. And it's 18-10 Northeastern. Basket by Peck. Trombley. Taken away, and double dribble call. Trombley to inbound. Rocco misses. Peck, ooh, a little elbow on the rebound. It's a very physical Chateaugay team that we're seeing here tonight. Oh yeah, no, not that time. And here come the Cougars. Davidson misses. Rocco with the rebound and basket. Rocco puts the team up by 8, 20 to 12, 2:56 to go in the half. This is Boyer. Who's that? 20 is in. 20 would be Dylan White. Ryan Armstrong in along with Sample for the Cougars. Boyer back to Dumont. Tyler Beach in for Boyer for the Dogs. Davison could have had the steal, but a little over anxious. Davison has picked up his third foul, so he sits. Not sure who was out, so I can't say who came in. Probably Guerin. Rebound Sample. A little over 2 to go in the half. Knocked out of bounds by Dumont. Guerin will inbound. With the Sample. The reverse layup. Nice move by Tyler Sample. And puts the Cougars up by 10. Dumont with the ball. Off the rim. And Sample pushes it up to Armstrong. Tries to go to Trombley. Trombley brings it out. Looks underneath for Sample. And Tyler Sample using that backboard. Another one off the glass. And the Cougars are doubling the score here. 12-point lead, 24-12 the score. Dumont over, whoa. Guerin sliding in under White. And we called for the foul. Slide and tackles not allowed in basketball. So White will shoot 2 for 3. Let's see. Currently shooting 2 for Bobcat in for Jangelo. 24-13, 1:10 on the clock. Guerin will bring it up. Trombley over to Armstrong. Sample. Pushes it off. Guerin puts it up. Armstrong hustles and gets the board. Sample fakes the shot. Ball tipped out of bounds by Beach. Off the Cougars though. Rankin will inbound, gives it to Dumont. 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. Northeastern up by 11. Dumont back out front to Beach. Now over to White. Rankin with the ball. 18 on the shot clock. 25 to go in the half. Despite trailing by 11, the Dogs are still looking for a good shot. No travel or no travel, foul. Peck will shoot 2. Foul was on Guerin, his second. 10 seconds remain in the half. Dragoon will come in for Guerin. Ben Dragoon in. So all of a sudden, Casey Guerin's got 3 fouls. Dumont. The problem there was that ball was tipped to whoever got it. Should have tipped it in another direction, maybe toward the sidelines. Nope, no bucket. 24-14, Cougars lead the Bulldogs of Chateaugay at the half here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Rankin will inbound it, and his intended receiver will be Andy Cook, and the second half is underway. 10-point ball game at the moment. Cougars in a 2-3 defense. Boyer with the ball. Over to Cook. Does it count? It's a 3-pointer for Brad Dumont. Foul was on Rankin, his second. Shangelo, bounce pass, shot from the baseline, put up by Guerin. Guerin out there with 3 fouls. Makes it 26-17. Cook with the ball. Dumont slides it into the corner to Boyer. Back and forth it goes. Boyer drives. And he draws the foul. There's that little fella. He's on the other side of that woman there. Okay, this is fouling for Botco. Boyer at the line. Carrying the ball called, so it's a turnover. 7-point ball game. Chance for the Bulldogs to take a few more off. Cook with the ball. Peck with the reverse. A timeout for the Cougars. The Bulldogs are excited. Including that Northeastern graduate, Donna Brennan Spellman. She was standing up and cheering. (26-21) the score. Bulldogs came from behind last night to defeat Franklin Academy. Fouls on Cook, his third. Team first. And Guerin hits. 3-pointer for Casey Guerin makes it 29-21. Rankin with the ball. They work it low, back outside to Rankin. Excuse me, Dumont. Rankin was the guy low. Cook over to Dumont. Back outside to Cook. Foul on Sample. Sample has 3 fouls, just like his cousin Casey. from the baseline. It's a 29-23, a 6-point ball game. 5:20 showing here in the third quarter. Bobcat, Davison. Cougars throw it away. Dumont will bring it up. A three-pointer would make it a 3-point ball game. Huskies work it around, come low to Peck. Dumont to Boyer to Cook. Sample with the rebound. Double teamed, he gives it to Changelo. Changelo up to Davison. Changelo for three, no. Bobcat the rebound. Nice move by Matt Barbatko. 31-23, back to an 8-point lead for Northeastern. Peck slides it out. Over to Dumont, out to Cook, now quickly over to Boyer and back to Peck. Knocked by Frabatko, picked up by Guerin. Guerin can shoot two. Foul on Cook was his fourth. Another double miss at the foul line for the Cougars. It's at least 3 of those they've had tonight. If this game gets close, that will be a big factor. Dumont tied up, gives it over to Boyer. Boyer lost it. Sample threw it right in the hands of Ryan Helm. Back door, back Peck. I believe it was Dumont who hit him. 31-25. Davison comes down firing. There's Dumont with the ball. 3:15 showing here in the third. And Peck again. And Guerin once again calls a timeout. .7 to go in the third, the 31-27 Northeastern leading. Davison will inbound it for Northeastern. Guerin brings it into the forecourt. It's over to Sample. Sample in the paint. In and out. Rebounded by Rankin. With the ball. As wide open underneath again. They're forgetting about Peck. He kind of camps out behind the Cougars. No travel, but a steal by Helm. Cougar took a dive there, but Cougar ball. Foul on Rankin is third. Stolen by Peck. see Peck hanging low, wide open at the moment. Three-pointer by Brad Dumont. And suddenly the Bulldogs are in the lead. It's 32-31. Knocked loose by Dumont into the hands of Sample. Throws it up, rolls the rim. Rebounded by Rankin. Ball tipped, controlled by the Dogs. (34-31), Chateaugay, 49 seconds to go in the third. Chateaugay has outscored Northeastern 20-7 here in the third period. And the Bulldogs come up with it. Player injured here for Chateaugay. Beck. He's bleeding. .24 seconds to go in the third. Bulldogs up by 3. Looking for the last shot of the quarter. Six seconds. If you want a last second shot put in, give the ball to Brad Dumont. Earlier he hit a 3 at the buzzer when the shot clock was going to go off. He just put up I'd say about 30 to 35 footer at the buzzer off the glass to give his team a 6-point lead going into the fourth, 37-31. Chateaugay outscored Northeastern in the third. They lead by 6 as we head for the fourth. Northeastern came into the second half leading by 10, 24-14. Turn on the jump ball. Angelo gets it back. Suddenly the Cougars can't buy a bucket. 7:07 to go in the game. Dumont back to Boyer. Sample with the steal, gives it to Tremblay. And Casey Guerin with his patented three-pointer from the corner. And Ron Boyer wants a timeout. Rankin inbound, 6:34 remaining. 3-point lead for Chateaugay. Championship game of the Bobcat tip-off tournament. CCS and NCCS. Cook's hands and out of bounds. Davison in, Guerin will rest. Nope, Tremblay will rest. Guerin just sample from way downtown, short. Apparently he's trying to feed it to Tobacco. 6:01 on the clock, Bulldog ball. Cougars with just 2 fouls. It comes down to late in the game and they're trailing and they got a foul to stop the clock. They're not going to be getting one-and-ones. Here's shot blocked by, what's that, Elm. Ball ends up in Tobacco's hands and he scores. 37-36. Chateaugay up by a point. Cook back to Dumont underneath once again. Peck wide open back there. Cougars are just not paying attention underneath. Tobacco and Changelo not keeping track of Zach Peck on the. He sneaks in behind him. And Davison picks up his 4th foul. Cook over to Dumont. Now Boyer back to Dumont. Peck in the paint. And foul. It's Tobacco's 3rd. Rankin at the line. 38-36. 5:06 remaining. 39-36. Tremblay will bring it up. Team and stolen by the Dogs. That's on Sample, it'll be his 4th. It is on Sample and it is his 4th. Boyer at the line. Point lead, 41-36. Bulldogs continue to press. Guerin breaks free. To Changelo. Back to Guerin. 41-38. This is Dumont. Cougars continue in the zone defense. Cook over to Boyer. Boyer back to Cook, down to 9 on the shot clock. They try to go underneath to Rankin and he goes back door. The back door has been the big factor in this ball game. 5-point lead and Bulldogs have gotten probably 10 points from that back door play. Rebounded by Peck. Rankin gives it to Dumont. 43-38, 3:50 to go. Boyer fakes, pulls up for the jumper. Rebound was pulled down by Peck as the ball took an extra bounce as Tobacco went up for it. underneath, you see Peck roaming underneath. Look how much room he's got under there. Here's Guerin. Off Sample. .307 to go in the game. Chateaugay up by 5, they have the ball. Boyer calls the timeout. Well, if nothing else, the Cougars have put themselves to within striking distance of the 1-1 on the foul situation. They've picked up 5 fouls now with 3:03 to go. They trail by 5 points. Rankin will inbound it for the Doggies. Gets it into Dumont. 3 minutes remaining. Peck. Again, excuse me, it wasn't Peck, it was Boyer with a shot. Ball's off Peck. Peck had the inside position on the rebound. 43-38, 5-point ball game. Peck almost had the steal. Ball comes to Davison, and the ball gets to Kravako from Sample. 43-40 with 2:33 to go. Cook, over to Dumont, now to Boyer. And again. Peck scores from underneath. Rebounded in the hands of Dumont. 2 minutes to go. Chateaugay with the ball up by 5. Dumont hands it off to Boyer. No foul. Here comes Guerin. Knocked out of bounds by Boyer. 1:44 remaining. 45-40 the score. Would have counted. Kravako will shoot 2. Fouls on Zach Peck, his first, team 5th. Both teams with 5 fouls here in the second half. .139 on the clock. Chateaugay with 45, Northeastern with 41. Rebounded by Rankin. 4-point lead, Chateaugay. They have the ball. Boyer into the forecourt. Out to Cook, 16-footer. And again, the Bulldogs at the inside position on the rebound. One off the Cougars, but Dumont snuck in there. Cougars have not kept the Dogs away from that basket. Boyer, 1:14, ticking down. Up to Boyer. There's Peck. Back to Boyer. 16 on the shot clock. And again, Peck is inside position, and Cook draws the foul. Cougars call a timeout. They're down by 4 at the moment. Foul shots coming right up to 57 seconds remaining. Excuse me, no foul shots coming up. Chateaugay ball, a new shot clock, 35 seconds to tick off. Cougars could be fouling to stop that clock. Cougars allow 14 seconds to tick off, and they send Rankin to the line to shoot 2. 43 seconds remain. Bulldogs lead it 46-41. Rebounded by Sample. Trubacco over to Guerin for 3. In and out. Davison stops and he draws the foul. Corey Davison, shoot 2. And they gave the foul to Rankin. It was Peck who made the contact, and they gave the foul to Rankin for some reason. 3-point ball game. 46-43. Boye, first one down the floor. 5-point lead. Davison lets it sail. Guerin puts it up too hard. Trubacco throws it in. 3-point game, 8 seconds. 6 seconds on the clock. Chateaugay will shoot 48-45 with 6 seconds. If they hit the front of the 1-and-1, they will make it a 2-possession game, and Guerin is fouled out. Dumont shooting a 1-and-1. 2-possession game. That ices it. Only 6 seconds remaining. Five-point lead for Chateaugay. Keep in mind, Dumont hit 2 last-second 3-pointers, and those 2 3-pointers are the difference in the game. As the Bulldogs win it 50-45. So the Bulldogs are the champions of the Bobcat tip-off tournament with a 5-point win over Northeastern, and that's the way it was in tournament play on this first day of December 2007. John Rabideau has some hardware and shirts to hand out, but we're heading out of here. Got a lot of slippery roads to cover before we get home. Thanks for watching, and for the few of you who support viewer-supported hometown cable TV worth your support.